Fellow Kenyans, as we watch our country burn, we must go back and think through it and find out what is so wrong that we have to go back through a journey we have been before. In this country, we spend so much time fighting so that we have a multi-party system in which any political player will not feel locked out. We also fought very hard, spilling blood, to have a comprehensive new constitution that provides for every Kenyan's needs and wants and rights. Today, we have a constitution that protects every Kenyan from other Kenyans and from the government of the day. Recently, when the government banned live broadcasting by the media houses did not choose to go to the streets, but they chose to go to court, and they were granted their wishes. Today, the media houses are in the forefront of inciting Kenyans to go into the streets. I watched this morning in disbelief as major media houses brought commentators, largely from the mountain, with the sole aim of inciting Kenyans to go to the streets. I did not hear any one of them tell those who are expected to go to the streets exactly why they were going to the streets. I did not hear their demands that they want the government to do for them. It is very interesting to note that the very people asking people to go to the streets have been in this country as long as I can remember. But there was no time during the periods of the past regimes that they ever asked people to go to the streets for one reason or another. One of the major reasons why Kenyans ever went to the streets was the finance bill. I would like somebody to tell us how citizens are expected to tell if there is taxation, normal taxation, or over-taxation. Because I remember when President Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of Kenya, the total budget was 1.6 trillion. By the time he was leaving, it was 3.3 trillion. I remember it is during Uhuru Kenyatta that the railway levy was introduced in this country. Nobody complained, nobody said anything, we paid dutifully and peacefully. But I want to tell Kenyans that the biggest problem we have in Kenya today is not the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto. The problem we have in Kenya today was born by the 1969 oathing by the Kikuyu community that nobody else in this country other than them will be allowed to be the President of the Republic of Kenya. This was revealed by none other than Martha Wangari Karua. It was revealed after they had visited Limuru in what was called the Limuru 3 Conference, in which speaker after speaker said that when the Kikuyus take power this time, no other community will be allowed to take it back. If you are a Kenyan coming from any community, Kikuyu included, review the information you have been given by the media, because majority of the media houses have been very well funded and paid by the detractors of this government. I have myself personally sat in panels, and when you are sitting in that panel trying to defend the government, even the host will not let you complete the statement. You will discover you are debating not only your opponent, but the host from the media house itself. Today, I watched in the streets some tires burning, some roads blocked by using stones. It is clear to anyone watching that those stones were not put there by police, and those fires were not lit by the police. But all of us today in the evening, we will listen to all media houses telling us how the protests were peaceful, save for the police. They want to blame the police for the disharmony brought into the protest by the very protesters that have been hired by people who believe it is only them who can govern this country. The media in this country have enough cameras, enough personnel, and subsequently have the capacity to show us a peacefully marching crowd and the moment which the police come to make it non-peaceful. Without that, we do not want to hear the media telling us again about peaceful protests disrupted by the police. I am very sure the media house and their owners know very well that there's no time the police asks the protesters to break into businesses, to loot, to steal, to destroy property, to throw stones at the police. Even if the police had attacked the protesters, they have no legal right to throw stones at the police, to stone cars, to assault police women. It is not acceptable. The people who have the key to bringing peace in this country going forward is the media. If the media chose to discourage protest and encourage going to court, when people have grievances, we will have peace in this country, the economy will grow, and we will have peaceful transition of power from one president to another. But I want to tell Kenyans, if the media does not change the way they report, the way they treat the government, this country is going to burn. It is the media that burned Rwanda. It is media that caused the death of thousands of Rwandans by biased reporting, by inciting the public. The same thing has resurfaced in Kenya years later. It is not acceptable. We are going to call out the media. Many a politician fear the media because they fear being given blackout by the media. I have personally been given this blackout by many of those media houses except a few. But I feel nothing because the truth must be told irrespective of the price we are going to pay while telling it. It reached an extent that nothing the president does, however good, is treated as good. If in this country, the president introducing animal vaccination was wrong, building a church is wrong, paying taxes is wrong, yet it is the first time many a parastatal in this country are making profit. Kenya Airways never made profit during Kibaki and Uhuru. Sugar millers never made profits during Kibaki and Uhuru. Today they are making profit. Galana Kulalu began during Kibaki. It failed terribly during Uhuru. Today, maize is green in Galana Kulalu. If the media does not want to say anything about Kenya that is good, for failing to be patriotic, they better shut down and go and broadcast elsewhere. We have a country that we must protect at all costs. The media helped Somali to disintegrate into lawlessness. And when the people overran the government, today they are wishing they had a country. I can tell the media, they will not and cannot predict the way the rest of Kenya will react when finally it becomes clear that there was somebody behind all this who believed it is only them who can be power. That reaction will not be good even for the business of the media. But I also want to tell the media, they are lucky. Some of them are operating from as far as Mombasa Road, others in Kilimani, others in tall buildings, and others in the eastern part of the town. And these riots don't reach them. But the business that's destroyed in town, even those people want to make profit like the private media houses in this country. I wish one day some of these protesters decide that today we are going to protest at media houses. Then they will fill the page and come back and say, if we have grievances against the government, let's go to court first. If we fail, then we go to the street. But going to the street first, before we fail, I think the media is taking us for a ride. I also want Kenyans to ask themselves, what is this that President William Ruto has done that is so bad, that is worse than Uhuru and Kibaki and Kenyatta 1 or Moi did? I would like to be told. And I would also like to be told, if it is something we cannot go to court